to Plant-Based with Love, the podcast. Two spirits navigating dating in a meat eater's world.
Welcome to Plant-Based with Love, the podcast. We are your hosts.
Yes,
I am Ayamashep.
And I'm Pendu.
And we are two souls on the journey of plant-based love, finding equilibrium in a world full of carnivores.
Sure indeed.
Welcome. That's right. Hello, my love. How are you this evening?
I am here.
You are here.
How are you?
Yet again. Looking beautiful as always.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Yes. Here. I'm great. I'm just, just maintaining, making things happen as usual. And, just hanging in here. Did you have a pretty good week this week?
Yeah, no complaints.
No complaints?
Always adventurous.
Yeah? Are you still coming off the high of your show?
Oh, that was amazing. I need to calm down. I'm not thinking about the next one too fast.
Yeah. I mean, it just looks like, from all the pictures and the video and everything, it just looks like it was just a amazing time.
Yeah, I just hope I can do it over here. It's got to get that following.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. That's coming. You can most definitely believe that is coming. So why don't you tell the people how they can find you?
Oh, absolutely. At Afro_sexy and at Pendu Dance. I'll just start with those two.
Yeah, that's good. And as always, you can find me at Shep, the comedic PB, standing for plant-based. And again, you can always check us out, Plant-Based with Love, the podcast. You can always check us out, of course, on Facebook and as well as on Instagram and anywhere you can find podcasts. And of course, this show is being brought to you by Push It Forward Media Group in conjunction with Kim Shim Neter Inc. and Sassna Kappa Movement. And hey, I think we got a good show for them tonight, right?
I think so.
This is going to be an interesting topic here. It's one that's,
driven by, I say, some false media.
Of course, false media and just a lot of falsehoods is just going around, right? So, we want to call this one tonight, this tonight's show, we want to call it Don't Believe the Hype.
Thank you.
Is there a war between black women and black men?
If you look on social media.
Yeah.
That's it. It's not matching up with what I see in real life.
Right. I mean, as they say, these cold internet streets. These cold internet streets.
Yeah.
Definitely if you logged in to some of these comment sections and places, where any topics that deal with like black relationships,
exactly.
It gets a little combative.
I think that again, some people want it to look like we don't love each other because it kind of drives their agenda.
Of course.
So, I mean, now again, there are some things going on, but I don't want to call it a war.
Yeah.
I don't think it's actually a war. I think the media is just trying to hype up, trying to deny black love.
Of course. Black love is revolutionary. Black love is something that,
people are scared of it.
Of course.
Because you don't see them doing it to white people. Like, oh, white men don't love white women. Nobody says that.
Yeah. That's never really a question.
Chinese men don't love Chinese women. See how that sounds? It doesn't sound right.
Yeah,
so
it doesn't.
why doing it to us though?
Yeah, no. I mean, it definitely doesn't go like along with like the dominant society, their narrative. Of course, I always look at things like chess, right? And like the way that you beat an opponent usually is through distraction, propaganda, and making sure that the opposing team, is divided.
Exactly. And
right?
So that's what they're doing.
Like they say, a divided house can't stand. So, I think all of that plays into the narrative, of course, that we see, the narrative that is, being played out on social media.
Yeah, and some actually take that into their real life.
Of course.
They're like, oh, see, black men don't love me. And then a black woman start thinking crazy or vice versa.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I knew they didn't love me. We're like, no, you just read someone's comments on Facebook. And so now you think that's real.
Yeah, that too. And then, some of these things are informed by certain things that they go through. But then I guess it goes back and forth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because, if you look at like some of the stats, right? Even like one of the myths is that, okay, the brother gets some money, like Kanye say, when I get on, I'm gonna leave you for a white girl.
Right. Now some do that, but if you look at stats, and I don't want to quote numbers right now, but let's just say I have family, so I have personal references. I'll just say that. I won't put names out there that say that, oh, no. Again, personal references that are either athletes or some kind of celebrity of some sort. And they're like, no, there's actually more black men married to black women. And this is a fact from that, like, horse's mouth. Yeah. So that's why I know the media is definitely just trying to make us think otherwise.
Yeah. It was something like 80% or something.
Yeah. So it's like, it's still... but again,
a certain bracket, still
exactly, they still stay with their own.
Married black women.
Yeah, they're just focusing on that little percent that doesn't. So making it look like, see, we told you.
Yeah. No, I know, man. It's some people that run with that.
Mm-hmm. They use that because it's being focused on. Yeah, the media's doing their job.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, things. Of course, a lot of these things and beliefs are influenced by traumas, things you've been through. Like, if you had a bad experience with vanilla ice cream every time you ate it,
then you're gonna
you got sick. You probably wouldn't be like a promoter
of vanilla
ice cream.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I do remember I'm meeting a sister or two who did say that just straight up to me that, black men don't want black women.
Now, does she believe that? That's my question. Or does she really feel that? Or is that what she read? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it could be a mixture of all of those things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then, of course, it
did kind of make me feel some type of way, because I'm like, well, I'm here. What you think about me?
Exactly. And then here's another thing is sometimes you don't want that particular person. Here's an example. So when I was back in LA, I was doing the whole video dancer, like that life. And I had to wear certain weaves. And I was getting attention by certain black men with that weave. But if I wear my natural hair another day, that same black man wouldn't even give me any kind of look. So
that's LA.
Oh, yes, absolutely. But you see what I'm trying to get at? It's like, wait a minute, sometimes maybe that you don't want that black man because, that is not about black. How about just that man? If they're looking at you with the weave, but they don't look at you with your hair natural, then I didn't want him anyway.
Yeah.
So that's why the women are saying, oh, they don't like us. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Well, which ones are the ones that are like, right. You gonna get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
with the good hair.
I'm like, maybe the wrong ones you're being saved by, like, that's the one you don't want.
Yeah.
And that's nothing to do with color. It could be an Indian man.
Yeah. Maybe it could be like, maybe you're being saved from the wrong type of.
Right. That's what I'm getting at, because I'm like, okay, do you really want that one?
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the color.
Yeah, that's funny though, because my mom used to be like, if they can't use a comb, don't bring them home.
Oh, I mean, wasn't that black family 101? It's most black families.
You know what I'm saying? Like I say, not to knock, if you
naturally fall in love. Right. This is natural, like when you weren't seeking it. I know I have some close friends where, like, one of my friends, he's my Zulu friend, Michael, I tell you about. Yeah. He is a straight Zulu man, and he has a white wife, and he always asks me, how did I end up with her? Like, he really, really loves his black women, but he just naturally, organically fell in love with this white lady, which I think is beautiful, because it wasn't
love,
You know what I'm saying? It was love.
Yeah, love.
So I feel like that's totally fine. We're not against that. We're just saying that when I don't like black women, like that's a different type of.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like I say, different traumas and things influence behavior. Whether this trauma is an experience or, I mean, even I think, media is a trauma.
Hello.
To grow up and not see good images.
So TV, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To grow up and not see good images of us in love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To grow up and not see good images of,
See, that's generational, because our generation, we saw the Cosby Show,
Right.
Different World. We saw a lot of positive Family Matters. I can go down a list.
Yeah.
So, but
We
I
had
feel
a
like,
few.
right? No,
We had
of
a
course
few.
we're like aging ourselves. But if you're like generation Z, whatever that,
Yeah.
like, not the millennials, because they're now starting to get a little seasoned now. I'm
Yeah,
talking about like the 25 and under crew.
Yeah.
They probably not getting to see these positive images.
Yeah.
Who are they getting to watch? What shows do they see? Tell me a show right now. I don't even know.
A positive black image?
Yeah, tell me one show right now.
Or a positive black
Like
family?
beautiful, like a Cosby Show, like a quote unquote. Give me one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cause I'm waiting. Which one?
I really don't know.
For the today.
Yeah.
You're 25 years old, 22 years old. Who are you looking at? What is their image? Who's their Claire Huxtable?
Yeah.
Who's their? I'm just wondering. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
And I think that's what I'm saying.
Maybe that's bad because I'm not like a real good.
Well, we're not TV people.
watcher.
Yeah, that's cool. We're not TV people, but you get what I'm saying. I think that generations have changed.
Maybe
now
Power or something like that.
Oof, is that positive?
Empire.
Is that positive? Just question mark. Question mark.
Yeah. But again, it may just be like a strategic thing. You know what I'm saying? To just upset, the apple cart and just like you say, when you don't have those images, it does make it harder to, make those informed decisions.
Right.
About who you with.
Yeah. So maybe there are shows we just don't know because we don't watch TV like that.
If they are, hey, leave them in the
I know.
conversation.
Please tell us about it because I want to know.
Like positive and I just think that I want to just encourage our filmmakers and our independent filmmakers. I'm glad our work with the work that we're doing with Ninth Floor Films is a part of that trend, and I know it's going to be a trend, and I'm hoping that there are more filmmakers to create our images,
Yes.
to control that narrative,
Yes.
to help, switch that around because we need that.
Yes, we do.
We need more positive images.
Absolutely.
Of that, of us coming together and
right, like it's
in love.
regular. It's not some like no, it should be a normal image.
Yeah.
Not some, oh my goodness, look at that.
Yeah, it should be. It should be. But yeah, man, I tell you, it's like I say, those comment sections, boy, they get nasty.
It's man, and sometimes based off of nothing.
Yeah.
Because they're only going off what I read, and then I read that my friend's friend read. You see, it gets like that. It's like, well, where are you getting your source? You're just saying what you read, and then your friend's friend saw something on Facebook too.
Right. Yeah, most definitely.
But it's that kind of there's no actual source. But let's talk about some of the things that are actually problems.
Right.
Because there are some issues with, I don't know, some ways that either black women perceive black men. They need to have this, they need to have that, and vice versa. There are some things that I think are problems, though.
Yeah. I mean, most definitely. I mean, I think that it's really like a cultural thing. I think that when we had more of a culture that fostered like love, that fostered interdependence, it helped us to, it helped us to love each other more. You know what I'm saying? We lived in a community where, the doctor, the lawyer, the teachers all lived on the same block, it was encouraged, to love each other more, to be involved with each other more. Community was encouraged.
So now you're saying we're getting too separate and independent?
Yeah.
Oh, see that independent woman movement? Some took that the wrong way.
Yeah.
I really thought, this is what I thought back when that whole thing started, was independent. I thought it was about, oh wow, I can do it by myself, but I don't have to. I didn't think it was supposed to be this, screw men, I don't need a man. And I think it went too far. Because I thought it was supposed to be, look, I'm just not going to be dependent on someone 100%. I could also do it myself as well, but still be in a partnership with someone. That's how I used to see it. That's me. But I'm noticing now many women are, I don't need a man. I can do it myself. Screw him. And I'm like, why does it have to go that far?
Well, I think, again, it's a cultural thing. the closer that, you know, I don't want to go like all the way back too far, but the closer that we are to like our African culture,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I think the closer we are to seeing like the energetic side of life,
Mm.
you know,
Mm.
and when you understand energy and the energetic side of life, you know, then you understand like the interdependence
Mm-hmm.
of different forces and the interdependence of creation. It's just the interdependence of, you know, of everything.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know,
That we
and
are in partnership.
right, right.
You know,
I mean, love really is interdependence. That's what it is. Is
Right.
being able to, you know, interact with another soul and become interdependent in a way that's not like, it's not slavery or it's
Right,
not
like-
submission or all of this
Right.
things. It's interdependence. Like I depend on you, you
Right.
depend on
and
me,
we help each other.
and we build.
Exactly, together. It's not like,
Yeah.
oh no, I'm independent, I don't need you. Like, no, why does it have to be so extreme?
Yeah. It's. I think, like I said, but like I said, coming from a cultural value system that values that, like it doesn't. Then you don't see it like as a weak thing to be interdependent, right? If you're interdependent, then it makes you strong.
Exactly.
You know, that's like the basis. That's the foundation to be able to build something.
Exactly.
Right? And then, you know, and then like this couple comes together, they're interdependent, they have a good working synergy, right? They create a family that makes a working synergy, and then families get together and they create a working synergy.
Exactly.
Next thing you know, you got a community that's making, that has a working synergy, and then we have different communities that are coming together and working together and have a synergy. And that's love.
Yeah, so seeing that's, wow, so we're definitely missing a lot of that.
Yeah. Definitely.
Wow.
I mean, it's the cultural values that are missing, and if we definitely don't have it in the media, oh my God, forget social media. You know, that's I mean, unless you know, there are voices that are out there that, you know, the new black media that's coming along that are trying
to push it back to
push these values and push some of these aesthetics and things, you know,
absolutely,
to the people.
Yeah.
And that's what we need.
We sure need it. But I feel like there's so many other elements that have pushed that away. Like, for example, people and their status. I mean, I come from a background where, okay, I have this bachelor's degree, I have this master's degree. So I was around the mindset of certain people thinking that now they're so holier than thou that now they don't associate with other people. You see what I'm saying? I don't agree with that. It's just because, like, yes, I have a master's, but I never look at myself as any better than anybody else.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But some people that I went to school with, see, I don't name names, do I? They may have the same amount of degrees.
Changed to protect the innocent.
Or I just don't say them, you know, just to be nice.
Of course.
But, you know, counterparts, associates that have now the degrees, and they're like, girl, now I'm at this level. And it's like, well, wait a minute. So you're thinking now people that just only have a bachelor's or less are not, you know, able to associate with you? That's not fair. So I feel like you just mess yourself up. You shoot yourself in the foot.
Right.
Because you're thinking that you're so much better than somebody else because you got this other piece of paper.
Yeah. Like,
people, both sides do it, men and women.
Yeah. That whole no finance, no romance type thing.
Right. And it's like, and who did that? You see, things got skewed as this media because I feel like, no, it's called both people should be trying to better themselves.
Yeah.
But who said, oh, you ain't making six figures? That who said? And where did this come from?
Well, like I say, again, I think it the cultural values, like, what are you trying to do though? You know, are you trying to build something?
Right. Do you want a pimp? I feel like when you just saying, oh, you need to have money, it sounds like you need a pimp. Like, that's what it sounds like.
I mean, maybe. But you know, that there was a time when, you know, people would just come together and build, like, wherever they were, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And just make it happen.
Right. It's called, what happened to, like, love being your basis first, not, well, you don't have this amount of money, so goodbye. Like, no.
Yeah. Like I say, the values, man, because, like, even this whole high value thing, like, you know, people are saying, okay, this person is high value or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? And these are certain things that come along with it, you know.
Yes, you have a problem with that too.
If the only criteria is just money,
then that's a problem.
Yeah, you know.
And see, I
You
guess
might be you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It may come with a whole nother. It may come with a whole. It may come with a lot of other things that is attached to that money. I mean,
exactly.
You know, if you don't have any type of spiritual foundation,
it's not going to be positive in the long run.
Yeah.
And see, and I can speak for both sides. I know how it feels to have money. I know how it feels to have no money at all. So that's what I'm trying to say. Money comes and goes. So if I were to base, relationships off of that, that would be stupid because it's so fluctuating.
Yeah.
Just because
it can come and it can go.
Yes, you could be like a 6-figure person, and then something happens in life, and now you in the thousandaire, or you know what I'm saying, or you made $5,000 for 3 months. I don't know. My point is, just because you're in a high bracket doesn't mean that now, my status changed, darling. It doesn't make sense because it's not. It's not like fixated, permanent. Never will be poor again. Doesn't make sense.
Right? No. Things happen.
Exactly.
Heck, this pandemic. That
people's status changed right there.
Oh yeah, a lot of people too. They went to nothing. You know
right. So now it's like, now you're not worthy of certain people. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I mean, like I say, I think again, cultural values, right? Like when you have a traditional cultural value that informs you of like what life is about,
right?
That informs you that hey, you need to go to God and talk to them about if this person is right for you.
Right. And what is the purpose of being together?
And what is the purpose of being together? Right. Oh my God. That's a big one. Like what are we really doing here? Is it just all about just having babies?
Right. Like, I think you're so sexy.
And I think you're so sexy. No. Is it about us realizing our fullest potential through this relationship?
Exactly.
Is it about us is it about us like reaching a higher spiritual level,
right? And helping each other do that,
helping us awaken, not to get too deep, help us awaken the God in each other.
Exactly. And I think that people are not thinking all that. They're just thinking about how much money you got so you can help me get to where I'm trying to go, and then maybe we'll have some kids.
Right.
Or either pretty much
how much money you got so we can just take vacations.
Right. Now vacations can be, I'm knocking vacations. Hello. But we're saying that's like your main thing, and that's it.
Yeah, if that's all you have, then
And you're right. And someone's like, well, I don't know what to say there.
Well, I'm just saying. Okay, again, let's go back to this pandemic, right? More breakups ever. Like I seen more divorces and breakups, what I'm saying, than I've ever seen.
Well, I mean, of course, those that live together and they probably didn't. I mean, it just, I don't know, exposes a lot of truth.
Because you got to really be with the person.
Right. Some people. But then see, the thing is, no, I'm saying that I actually know people that got together, but that depends on what you see.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that happened a lot of get-together. A lot of get-together. Right.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, though, like, what's the real meat of the relationship?
Right.
It's really tested. That's
absolutely. And so that's where a lot were. Okay, they broke up because they were using money as their basis, and the money went away.
Money got tough, and then boom. Yeah. So if the basis of your relationship is
things,
if the basis of your relationship is more spiritual, if it's more about helping this person achieve their fullest potential, them helping you achieve your fullest potential, then you can transcend to another level.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? If it's really about like friendship, if it's really about if it's really about being in tune with each other, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And then those things are like deeper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But if you don't have like those deeper, intimate connections with each other, and it is all about like the vacation and the money and all that.
And so now you take that away. It's like, what do you have?
Oops.
Right. Like that should be something that's like in addition to.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna get tough. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Now I can say that when let's say if we were to rewind it back, like even in times like Like my grandma and grandfather, like they were together, like I think over 50 years.
Oh, mine were
Over
61 years.
60 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
One thing you can say, even if it was a more Christian basis,
Right.
they definitely had God in
Yes,
their relationship.
right. So we have to say that. Hey,
I mean, I hate to get too deep again, but having a spiritual basis,
it just really helps a lot.
Yeah. A spiritual foundation for your relationship.
To me, I think it's priority.
Yeah, that's like the glue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I remember them praying about everything. I remember them going to God about their major decisions.
Yeah.
You know, going to God.
Trying to work it out no matter what.
Yeah, and trying to work it out. I mean, a commitment to each other was definitely had a spiritual basis.
It wasn't like now. It's like, oh, you snore, I'm breaking up. You know? I mean, people break up for dumb stuff. It was
duty. Yeah. Duty isn't sexy. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it is a value that can get you through like tough times.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what we got to get back to.
Yeah, like you have to know that it's not going to always be amazing. It's not. Know that if you just know that.
Yeah.
I think sometimes people are like, oh my goodness, I thought it was going to be always amazing. But like, well, it is amazing, but it's going to be like life.
Yeah,
like,
life.
It's not
life
always,
is a wave.
Right. It's not just.
If everything is energy, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And energy moves in waves.
Right.
So, you know, well, if you look at a wave, you got the up side of the wave.
Yeah.
And you got the bottom side of the wave.
Right. But let's think about like the actual physicalness. I'm making up words. If I'm surfing, I don't know how to surf, but I have friends that surf and they say that sometimes they said this, that they're on the top of the wave and it's a big wave, but sometimes they're like, okay, I can't wait this wave to come down. Like I've heard them say that. Like they're like, okay, that's been nice. Can this wave come down? Sometimes they say that those downs are actually needed. If you really think about the person who's surfing. So use that metaphorically.
So I got you. So the downs are needed. Well, the downs definitely teach you what you're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
What you're dealing with, especially like, okay, you got a relationship, right? You definitely need to know. And if you're dating someone or you're trying to get to know someone, you definitely need to go through all 4 seasons with them.
Right, like how are they acting?
Yes. Yeah, before you were like really, you know, go all the way in.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
right. See how they act during fall
ask
and
a
during
1,000
winter.
questions, and you need to go through all 4 seasons.
Yep. Have a little struggling time. You know.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
You need to, yeah. Before you just jump right in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, ask 1,000 questions, and you definitely need to go through all 4 seasons. You need to see happy face.
Yeah.
You know, you need to see the winter, summer, spring, fall.
Right. I agree.
You need to look at their chart. You need to know their birth time.
Yes.
You need to.
You know, you did that with me like the first real fast. That chart was real fast.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I had to see what I was dealing with. You know, and that's important. That's another thing. I mean, hey, you know, before you just say, hey, you know, this person ain't right for me or this or that. Hey, man, you know that. Hey, the charts might not match up. Right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you're in the astrology out there, you know what I'm saying?
No, it's pretty on point though.
Yeah. You know, check out Cosmic Combos if you want to really get into, you know, to the astrology game. Understand how, you know, astrology works and gonna work in your relationship. You know, shout out to Cosmic Combos, our sister show, you know, or brother show, you know, however you want to call it. You know, they break down astrology real good over there. So if you really want to learn about that and how that can play out in your relationship, that's a great show. I recommend listening to learn about your chart, because life is energy. You know what I'm saying? And so the planetary influences, all they do is just chronicle the energies that flow in and around us. And when you understand energy, and you can understand how the planets chronicle that, you know what I'm saying, then you can see how it plays out in your life.
It's so fascinating. And
those around you. So and that definitely plays a part in the relationships and things that you go through. And,
absolutely.
So definitely check out Cosmic Combos if you get a chance. Check out Cosmic if you get a chance. But I mean black men and black women. You know.
Yes.
The self-love.
That's a huge one. because
Could
okay.
the so-called war or animosity that we see,
Really?
could some of it be coming from the lack of self-love?
Oh my goodness. I would say yes. And what relationship do they have with a woman with her dad or a man with their mom? To me,
That's
I think
deep.
it goes way back. It's not just, because I look at, like I look at you, for example.
Yeah.
You have a lot of qualities of my dad, and that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
That is a fact. And so, but I feel like we all do that subconsciously.
Of course.
I mean, that's if you had a good relationship, though.
That's
You
true.
know, like let's just say a woman's like, oh, I can't stand my father. Well, then she's probably not looking for that then.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I do feel like maybe it's not just about a black man's like, oh, I can't stand black women. Well, how does he feel about his mom?
That's true.
And vice versa.
That's true. That's true.
So that's a self-love thing.
Yeah, it is. It is self-love. I mean, again, of course, this is a part of the images that we see. Does it foster self-love? And then, of course, in your home, did it foster self-love? Like, were you told, that to be black and proud and strong and love
your kinky hair is beautiful.
Yeah.
It ain't nappy. Don't even say it's nappy.
Yeah. I mean, I know people who grow up and they told they're ugly, they got a big nose, they told, their hair's nappy, their whole childhood.
See, and I was told that nappy is not even the right word to use. They were like, no, we don't use that word in the house. They're like, it's kinky and strong.
There you go, see.
So you see what I'm saying? I feel like that's already building self-love. It's like, I wasn't even allowed to say something was nappy. Yeah. And I'm glad. And so when someone says your hair's nappy, we're like, no, my hair's kinky and strong.
That's right. I love it.
So that's a start right there.
Yeah, I love it. The late, great Paul Mooney, he said, why did you make my hair so kinky? He said, so you could run through the jungle and nothing get caught up.
Hey,
I love run through the jungle and nothing get caught up.
Right.
So, the late great Paul Mooney, shout out to Paul Mooney. But yeah, I mean, it's something to be proud of. It's a badge of honor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's interesting about black hair. Just take
it's
quick
amazing.
little detour.
Oh, it's so amazing.
The non-ether black hair, but they say black hair actually is the only hair on the planet that actually has a brain in it.
I believe it.
It actually has a brain that makes it coil the way it does.
Ooh, it's so amazing. And I feel so horrible that if we've ever combed your hair, it's like that's a hatchet. That's what I like. What my loctician calls it is a hatchet. You are just like cutting that brain, and you're just cutting. It's just really sad what we're doing to our hair when you comb it out. It's like no, like before my locks, I used to with my fro like it is. I did not comb it. That's why I started
it curls. It you know what I'm saying?
It's just
I
natural.
had a poem that one time that said, "The universe forms the spiral pattern of my nappy roots." Like it actually curls just like the universe.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing. But it actually has a brain. Look that up. I know my hair people out there.
Yeah, all those hairstylists.
The hair locks, like black hair actually has a brain inside of it, like inside of the DNA of the black hair. So
what our hair can do is just so
amazing.
phenomenal.
That's the reason why it's so resilient and it could do so many things. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you throw at it, you throw it in locks, you throw it in, you know what I'm saying? Throw it in a fade. It's a brain.
Coils,
it's like, oh, that's what we're doing today?
Right. And when the water hits it and it shrinks up, it's like, wow.
It actually has a brain. So, that's a beautiful thing.
But see, that hair thing, there are books beyond books about black hair, which black women, more so than black men, I'm only speaking about what I experienced, I'll say. A lot of black women, self-love and that topic of hair has been a big issue in America. I won't say the whole world, but in America, it's done a number on some black women. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's true.
That's where the whole weaves. But now it's getting better. In this day and age, 2021, I see a lot more natural hair. Thank you, black women. Good job.
Even on like some of the TV shows,
it's getting better. You're starting to see afros and coils and curls, and it's amazing. Yeah,
I love it.
But I do know that identity in some black women with black hair is a problem.
Yeah. I mean, there's a few good documentaries out there. Like I know Chris Rock had that Good Hair documentary. That was good, and where he kind of broke that down. And man, hair is something.
And so that can cause issues with relationships. Just the fact of that topic.
I know I wasn't. I definitely had to get. Well, I love you, baby. You got the sister box. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Thank you.
It was, to me, it definitely is a badge of pride.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
To be able to wear your hair
The way it grows
just
out your scalp.
just how it grows out your scalp, and it's beautiful.
It sure is.
You know, it's a beautiful thing. And like I say, I'm not knocking anything what anybody else does for any protective styles or whatever.
Oh, absolutely. Even the weaves. I mean, I had to wear them for work. But I still have my fur right underneath it, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that no one's knocking it if that's like a job or. But if you know yourself first, there's a difference between wearing a weave and you know who you are, or you wearing a weave because you're, I hate my hair and I gotta cover it up. That's a difference.
It's bad. That's bad because it ain't nothing wrong with your hair.
Exactly.
Not at all. Not at all. You know, and like I said, self-love. So if what does it say though? If you were, let's go all the way to the extreme. I'm a black man, and I say that I hate black women. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking a lot of trash because I see it on the other end too. I see brothers, they talk trash. Oh, black women this and black women that, and you know they don't want to listen. They got too much attitude, and I just be thinking to myself like, shoot, man, you know what I'm saying? You need to get your testosterone up or something.
Right. And then, traumas, experiences.
You need to work on your kidneys, brother.
Something.
Because like if you, hey, you know what I'm saying? If you're taking your place, you're doing your thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then, and you're coming with the love and energy, then, you'll get that back.
Right. Exactly. And a little, banter is a little,
our sisters, they
challenging you, that's all.
Yeah, that's it. They want to make sure you on your game, you know what I'm saying? So of course, that's what I say to that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you have to, I always say a relationship is about finding someone to heal with.
Ooh, that is right there. That's the statement right there.
Because we live in a toxic world. We got toxic images. We got toxic food. We got toxins just all around in our environment. We have a lot of things that don't foster black relationships at all.
Right.
So, when you have those things, then you have to know what you're getting into.
Absolutely.
Know what you're dealing with. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to
That's
accomplish?
right there. That's the biggest one right there.
What are you trying to accomplish? And the black family, is it's in peril in a lot of ways. It's under attack. So if you are trying to, better your bloodline, better things for your people, then black love is revolutionary.
Exactly. And I think if you love yourself, then, if you look in the mirror and you love what you see, then to me, I feel like it should be a no-brainer.
There's no choice.
You know
what I'm saying? To me, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you love your mother.
Right. Or women love your father,
Yeah. So how can you just even say that out of your mouth like you don't love black women? Like you love your mom, right?
Right.
But again, hey, like I said, our traumas influence our behavior, influence our choices. Maybe that brother might not have had a good relationship with his mother.
Right, and that's where more healing needs to be. More healing. Yeah.
Healing.
Absolutely.
Healing. Those traumas and things. So yeah. So like I say, it's just the culture.
Yeah.
It's just the culture that we live in.
But what's sad is that in this country, though, some black people will say that, they don't really know their culture. And that's the thing right there. What about people like that?
They don't know their culture?
Yeah, because I actually can remember growing up in New York, it was two kinds of black people. It was either those of us that were called the African booty scratchers, which people wanted to be stupid and call us names. Yeah. And then there was those, AKA, I think that meant the people that were quote unquote conscious or whatever. And then there was those that's like the I ain't African people. They're like, I ain't African. So, and then you're like, well, then, okay, so then what are you? They don't really know. And so if you don't know, then what? So my point is, if you don't have a culture or identity, then I guess they would probably feel like, well, they don't know what to do in that category.
Well, I'll tell you.
They don't know how to act because they don't know what they are.
But Bob Marley said that if you don't know where you've been,
you don't know where you're going, right?
You don't know where you don't know where you're going. You know what I'm saying? So I think that you get into your history. If you really don't know your culture, get into your history. But in this age of information,
right now you almost feel like that's back in the day. Now we're like, if you're now and you're still talking
don't know your culture.
Right. You can even, let's say you don't know at all. You can even say, well, I know that I'm probably, let's just say, this is how I would look at it. Let's say a person who lives in New Orleans, I'll use them. Okay, maybe you are some West African, maybe you also are Native American. So why don't you study both? At least claim something and just try to learn about it.
Yeah, just study.
You know what I'm saying?
study.
Because someone say, but I don't know what I am. But it doesn't have to be, to me, it doesn't have to be specific. Like, I know I am from the Igbo tribe of, it doesn't have to be that. It could just be, and I think that's the problem. Some people think that it has to be so specific.
Yeah, I think they think that. But a good thing about like African culture is it has a unity to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like just in studying African culture just over time, you just notice a unity between the cultures.
Right,
even though they
so
might be different dialects.
Yes.
And different things, but there is a cultural unity.
Oh, I can speak that from just what I've seen. South Africa is nothing like Ghana, but I was in both, and there were still some similarities, even though one was South and one is West, and they were nothing alike, but there was still something alike.
Yeah, of course. I mean, if you think about it, I know there's a great author, Ante Diop. Diop.
I know who you're talking about, yes.
Yeah, he talks about the cultural unity of African cultures. I forget the exact book that it is, but he just kind of breaks that down.
His readings are hard to read, though.
Oh yeah,
I tried to read one of his books, and it was difficult.
It's tough. It's tough. Yeah,
I was like, why is his reading so hard?
It's because it's high scholarly knowledge.
Extremely.
It is. But he breaks down like the cultural, the cultural influences. The cultural unity of Africa. Definitely a belief in God, spirituality,
right, and
family,
community.
Yeah, community. Definitely, even a high regard for the woman.
Oh yes.
A high regard for the woman is definitely an African.
Yeah.
African tenet.
And the elders.
Elders.
Because everywhere I went, they were just like, okay, you have to like bow to the elders right there. You know, you couldn't just walk in the house.
Yeah, talk about that.
Oh yeah, well, especially in Ghana, it was amazing. It wasn't like we had to kind of pour libation. It was a whole thing. Just we just need to go get that thing right there. Nope, you got to go and do a shake hand with him and with him and with her and with her. And then I'm not remembering all the lingo because I learned certain like word verbiage that we had to say. Yeah. And certain of like removing your shoes over here and then certain hand gestures. And I was like, wow, it was like high regard for the elders.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful. I just wish that I remember the actual like verbiage. Because there were certain things you had to say and or look this way or say this or bow right here. It was like, wow, like you couldn't just walk in a house or a building and just be like, I'm here just to know. The elders are right there. It's what you're going to do. You have to acknowledge them first.
Yeah. Well, it was built into the culture.
Right.
And that's where like culture tradition can really, I think, do its best work. Right? When it encodes certain behaviors. Yeah. Whether you even know the significance of it or not, and how deep and how far it goes, but when it encodes like certain behaviors that give you that match up with high spiritual values.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's a spiritual value to honor your ancestors and your elders.
Yeah, I think that it really opened my eyes to, not that I didn't.
That goes a long way to building community and building for the future, because like you say, you don't know where you've been, you don't know where you're going.
Exactly.
So you need that wisdom of the elders and the energy of the youth. You got to put those together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's beautiful. That's beautiful that you got to see that.
Oh yeah, it makes you. The Edway people in Georgia. 3 hours from Ghana. 3 hours from Accra. I'm like, this was Ghana. Yeah, Accra was the city that we stayed in for a couple of days. And then we went to the village for some weeks and then went back to Accra. So I got to stay at the Four Seasons. It was like really high class, regular life, like New York City, then to the village where you had to, everything was very villagey. That's all I'll say right there. Yeah. I'm not going to make this about my Africa trip, but very villagey. Yeah. And so I got both ways of living, from the, wash yourself like this. Let's see, okay, they can't see me. But it was definitely a different life.
Yeah. Well, that's beautiful that you got to see that. I mean, some of those, I think that as we're building, ourselves, and as we're coming to our own as Black people here on this continent, because time is moving on, and I think there should be a marriage between East and West, right?
Oh,
I think
absolutely.
that we should take the best of what we had on the continent,
And now mix it with what we have now.
and take the best of what we got here,
And make
and we need to make a marriage.
Exactly.
We need
Nothing wrong with that.
we need to build.
Hello.
You know what I'm saying? We need to build and build a culture that allows us to love each other.
Exactly. Exactly.
Love each other and because we need each other, man. We need each other.
That's an understatement.
It's funny because like speaking of hair, right? Even like if you think about, okay, for a minute it was a tradition or a bad. I mean, a tradition bad.
One of the two.
I kind of look at it kind of sort of the same, even though tradition is more ingrained.
Right.
It's definitely more lasting. But there was a time when we did wear afros. We was walking our afros, right?
Yeah.
And that was kind of how a brother would rap to his sister.
Man, can you braid my hair?
Can you braid my hair? You know what I'm saying? And then they'd get together, so you braid his hair, and then I don't know if she put some magical thoughts, juices, berries,
Well, my sister's a hairstylist. I don't want to call her out, but she met her husband like that. And she does say that like the certain love that she put into his hair, that maybe that's where she got him.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, the cultural norms, you know what I'm saying? Cultural norms like that can breed love, interdependence.
Exactly.
Interdependence. You know what I'm saying? You need a brother you need a sister to you know what I'm saying, tighten your fro up, get it braided down so it'll be nice and buffed out, Next thing you know, hey man, y'all building a black family.
Exactly. It goes with cooking too.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh my goodness, your cooking's amazing.
Yeah.
And I love to make you the pancakes.
Spelt pancakes.
But you see what I'm saying? Like we cooking for each other.
The bomb.
Oh, thank you.
I wish I had a bomb to drop on this.
But they're cooking for each other. You see, and it goes both ways. It's a beautiful thing.
That's a cultural thing. That's a cultural thing. Cook a good meal. Sit down and get to know each other. Ask 1,000 questions after the meal, of course. But yeah, sit down and cook a good meal, man. I mean, that used to be a cultural norm.
Exactly. And people should get back to that. Girls, cook your man a meal.
It's an age-old thing. It's an age-old secret.
It works.
It's an age-old secret. You wanna look, sisters. Hey, you wanna get that brother? You know what I'm saying? Hey man, take some classes.
Make some food.
Make some food.
It's actually fun.
It is.
Because I would say before you, I was nourishment that's actually needed. Because let's just say before you, I would go home and say, I don't have to make any food because it's just me.
Right.
But now with you, I actually want to cook because I know that you're going to eat something.
Look, man. I'm telling you. You cook for that brother, man. You cook him a good meal and, y'all get to talking and, because eating is social. Eating is breaking bread together, can definitely foster closeness and foster a relationship. And,
well, speaking of food now, what do we have as the recipe of the week? You said
recipe
food.
of the week. All right. Yeah. So speaking of that, recipe of the week.
Oh, this is a yummy one.
Yeah, this is a pretty good one.
Ooh,
and of course, we're gonna post this.
Dumplings.
We're gonna post this online and everything. But let's see. So this one is a good one. It's called curry corn and walnut flour dumplings in a coconut sauce.
See, I'm just hungry right now. Oh my goodness. And it's like
yeah. It's it's definitely you take the corn, and you have organic allspice seasoning, slap your mama seasoning, Badia complete seasoning, onion salt, smoked salt, ground ginger, 89. You got 8900 garlic powder, curry powder. You got the corn, white onion. Of course, you got a cup of coconut milk and water, and you throw all that in the pot. Add the coconut milk, stir well, taste to see if you need any more spices. Cover and let it simmer on slow heat. And then you can, you make your flour dumplings. You can use spelt flour, almond flour.
Spelt is the one.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you create your dumplings. Of course, you throw it in the pot. It's great. It's amazing. And of course, we're gonna post this on our social media so you can
The details.
check that out. And it's a great recipe, very easy to make, and it's some very very good eating. That curry corn on the cob, man.
Sounds
with them dumplings
delicious.
and that coconut sauce, man. You're gonna be everybody gonna be coming around 'cause it smells good. It smells
Anything
amazing.
curried. You can curry that paper towel right there too. It's amazing.
Yeah, you're gonna have people lining up for seconds on that one. So yeah, most definitely. So that's our recipe of the week. So
And that remedy. We have a remedy too.
we have a remedy too. This week, we want to just talk a little bit about DIM. Is
What's the word?
didylmethane, or DIM for short.
Yeah, that's hard to say.
Yeah. It's DIM for short. You could just look it up.
Look it
It's
up.
found in cruciferous vegetables, and besides helping balance hormones and reducing your risk of various types of cancer, DIM also provides antioxidant activity to prevent damage from free radicals in the body. It supports weight loss, enhances energy, boosts moods, improves memory, supports strong bones and healthy joints, reduces PMS symptoms for the ladies, helps balance estrogen dominance, improves cardiovascular health, increase healthy muscle development, and for the fellas, it improves prostate health. So DIM, make sure that you get some of that. You can get it from cruciferous vegetables, of course, like broccoli and stuff like that. But it's definitely a powerhouse nutrient that you can get in supplement form. So DIM.
Amazing.
So that is the remedy of the week. Get you some DIM, or do your research.
Yeah.
Of course, this is not medical advice.
Never that.
This is for entertainment purposes only. You always want to check with your medical professional before starting any supplement or any routine, or your acupuncturist or herbalist or doctors, and so on and so forth. So
that.
Yes. So I think this was a pretty good show. What do you think?
I think so. As you know.
So don't believe that.
No, don't believe it. I always research. At the end of the day, please stop looking on Facebook and Instagram.
And black women, we need each other.
Yes.
We as far as what I'm saying, the hype and the media and all of the things that are set up against us, they're just what they are.
Yep.
These are just propagandas, things that are just set up against us. I was thinking about like some of these comment sections where like the black men and black women be going at each other so much.
Wow.
Just not to extend it much longer, but a lot of these accounts that are online, they're like bots.
Oh, they're not.
They
Wow.
don't even be real black people.
See?
You know what I'm saying? Some of these are like agents and people that's
They
just
do that on
like talking
purpose,
trash,
trying to
what I'm
start
saying?
people.
Just putting flame on the fire. You know what
No,
I'm
that's
saying?
so sad.
Yeah, that's the other crazy thing about it. Like you might be arguing and back and forth with somebody that's like a bot, or like it might be some other behind the account.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So
That's something right there. See,
Yeah,
think about
yeah.
it. That person might not even be a real
it
person.
might not even be a real person.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So the main thing is that if we just need to get back to loving each other, get back to our culture, get back to self-love, and love each other, man, because we need each other, and we need to for the future. Our future, the little ones, the young ones,
They're looking at
babies,
us. Hello.
that are coming after us. They need us to create a solid foundation, and for that solid foundation to work, we need the balance of the masculine and the feminine energy. We need each other. The black
Exactly.
man needs the black woman.
And they mimic
Black
us.
Need the black man, and hey, it is what it is.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a lovely thing. You know what I'm saying? Black love is beautiful.
It is so beautiful.
Black love is revolutionary. So
It is.
let's get back to loving each other.
Please.
Yeah. Don't believe the hype.
Don't believe
So
that.
so I think this has been a good show though.
I think so.
Yeah. So hey, with that being said, This has been Plant-Based with Love, and we are your hosts. I am a Chef,
And I'm Pindu.
and we're out.
Peace and love.
Thank you for joining us, and of course, remember to follow, like, share, subscribe on our social media. We're going to be posting up that remedy and those recipes of the week on the social media. And hey, once again, we thank you for joining us again.
Thank you.
And we'll see you soon.
All right. Peace and love.
Peace.